So the holiday season is rapidly approaching and you've probably been looking for something for that tech person in your life. And if you've clicked on this video, you're probably looking at the RAYBAN Meta smart glasses. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you might want to purchase these things as a gift for that special person. Stick around to the end because I'm going to be telling you a special tip on how you can save up around about $100 on these things as well. So let's get into it. Reason number 1, these things don't look like a crazy weird piece of tech that you wear on your face. I mean, they might look a little bit crazy on me, but they look just like regular stock Wayfarers, and RAYBAN have multiple different frames that house this technology as well. And then of course Oakley has their version as well. So you can get a pair of these smart glasses with the same sort of internals in all sorts of different relatively stylish designs. And that's one thing that makes this thing super unique. If you want to look a little bit in more detail, at the top we have a shutter button, which is the only physical button on the pair of glasses. That of course allows you to take photos, and you hold it to take video. And then the only other giveaway is the fact that there are these little lenses on each side, which would normally just be like a little diamond, a little silver diamond on the regular version. Aside from that, the arms are probably slightly thicker, but you would never tell. And then underneath, there's like a little speaker grill where the audio gets directed into your ears. In terms of charging, there's no charging ports on these glasses. They charge in the case itself. So these things get up to, I think, about 8 hours of battery, they say. I get a little bit less depending on how much I'm using them, but the case holds another 48 hours, and you can see that's like a little battery that's built into this case, but it's all automatic. You put these things in the case, they charge automatically, and then whatever content you've captured will automatically get uploaded to your phone, and we'll get into that as well, of course. But number 1, the form factor. These things don't look crazy, maybe on me. Oh, and one other thing I didn't add is that on the side there is a touch panel that allows you to move your hand, like touch it and slide your finger forward to bring the volume up on the music and bring it down. And then there are various other touch commands that you can use to skip songs, summon the AI, and that's just done through a touchpad on the side of these glasses that you can't even see.
Hello, Editor Ryan here. So many people are always asking you to subscribe to the channel, and I know I've said it, I'll say it at the end of the video as well, but if you could do me a huge favor and subscribe to this channel, it will really help me out. I'm trying to hit 15,000 by the end of the year. Just that growth really helps me get sponsors and all that sort of stuff. So thanks in advance. Let's get on with it.
So reason number 2, these things are multi-use. They're useful for, of course, more than just sunglasses and even taking photos. They have Meta's AI assistant built into them, which allows you to do various different things like set tasks in your calendar, ask it random questions like what you're looking at or what's nearby or what might be open. It's been improving over the years. When these things first came out, the AI was not super good, and now it's actually getting more and more helpful. So like I said, you can schedule calendar entries, you can also take notes, and then all of that feed will come up on your app as well, so you can kind of see what you've been talking about. It also allows you to play music like Spotify and stuff like that just by asking it with voice prompts. And unfortunately, YouTube Music is still not available on it, but it has all the other major ones like Apple Music, Amazon Music. And of course, these things can film, and these are the generation 2, so they film in 3K video and take 12 megapixel photos, and all of that just gets automatically downloaded to your phone. And if you do a lot of traveling or you're in an environment where there are multiple different languages being spoke, this thing has the ability to live translate. So the person can talk to you, you can hear what they're saying in the translated language in your glasses, and then you can speak back to them and show them your phone, and they can kind of see what you're saying, and you can have a bit of a conversation there. There's definitely a bit of a delay, and you have to kind of like purposefully do the translate thing, or you can just let the translate go and kind of have a little bit of a listen to hear what other people are saying if you're being super sneaky. But that works as well, and it's on your face. So that is the second main benefit. Multifunctionality, camera, AI, language, notes. I mean, these things are really cool. There's no way if you gift these to somebody, they're not going to be super impressed. This segment of the video has been kindly sponsored by VRWave. They create replaceable lenses for your Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. Well, why would you want replaceable lenses? Well, you might want a different style of lens and you don't want to go through Ray-Ban, which is going to cost you a fortune. Or you might have got the polarized version or the cheaper version, and you might want to get the transition version. This allows you to do so. You basically pop out the old lenses by pushing from the middle of the glasses, and then you pop in these new lenses that they provide for you, and these will transition as soon as you walk outside. So you get full use out of these glasses, so you're not just like kind of stuck using them outside, you can actually use them inside as well. VRWave also allows you to put in your specific prescription details as well, and they'll create lenses for your prescription. So go check them out. Right now they have a Black Friday sale on, so you can get some extra money off. And if you have the Ray-Ban displays, they also have a solution for you to get your prescriptions in those as well. So if you didn't get them with the Ray-Ban displays, you can just stick their new lenses in and it will give you prescription lenses for your Ray-Ban displays. Thanks VRWave for sponsoring. I'll leave a link down below in the description so you can get the deal for the Black Friday thing and check these out. Hey Meta, take a photo. Reason number 3 for getting the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses is that it allows you to have effortless content capture. I did this like 3 or 4 times and I'm getting some crazy looks. So we're gonna walk and talk. So although these things have a shutter button, like a physical button on the top of them, you can also ask Meta AI to take a photo as well, which makes it so much easier and more effortless to capture content. You can really just say, hey Meta, take a photo, hear a little noise in your ear, and that's it, it's done. No messing around, no getting your phone out, and it allows you to be so much more present. This is also super helpful for people like myself that create videos. Maybe you're filming for a client, you're doing weddings or something like that, and you want to capture that process for social media. Well, this is all hands-free, so you can just continue doing what you're doing and then capture as you go. And with an increased record limit of up to 5 minutes, this thing can actually record quite a bit of content. I mean, it's not unlimited because there is a limited memory. I think it's 32 gigabytes. But every time you dock these things or you put them back in the case and you get home, everything just automatically gets downloaded onto your device. So it really is effortless in all areas and it works really, really well. Reason number 4, these things include an AI voice assistant, Meta AI, which is constantly improving like I'd mentioned earlier. And now we can do language, a bit of a brief description of what you're looking at. You can ask it questions like you would ChatGPT. It's getting better and better. Hey Meta, what am I looking at?
Looking at a marketplace, an outdoor shopping area with several wooden stalls and booths. There are people standing around and various items are on display.
And there is now a thing called live translate. So instead of having to summon it by saying, hey Meta, you can just run live AI constantly and just be walking around and asking it random questions like what you're looking at, what you can make out of certain ingredients. Let's see if it knows the street that I'm walking down. What's the street that I'm about to walk down now?
The street you're about to walk down is Placa de la Serra, a historic square in the heart of Palma de Mallorca, surrounded by notable landmarks like the La Silla Cathedral.
I'm not sure that's right.
I apologize. I made a mistake. The street you're about to walk down is actually Cara del Deganat, a historic street in the heart of Palma de Mallorca, near the La Silla Cathedral.
I think a lot of that sort of stuff is quite hoaxy. The thing where I think it's going to be beneficial is for people with vision issues. Like you can ask it to read you something that's in front of you. And my friend's been using it quite a bit and has found it quite helpful. So things like that are super helpful, as well as, like I'd mentioned earlier, asking it to take notes or add something to your calendar. It's also worth noting that you can't then edit something in your calendar currently, but that is probably going to change, and that's going to be part of the next point that we're going to be talking about. So the other things that this thing can do is, like, wirelessly, you can ask it to play certain songs as long as your music apps are connected to it. You can also connect Garmin and Strava to it now, so it can connect up to all of those different things, whether it's your Garmin watch, and ask you kind of what your pace was on your last run and things like that. So these things are getting more and more useful, and the AI assistant is the main driver behind that. One thing I will say is that I did test the live AI and some of the AI features for travel in my last video, which I would highly encourage you to go and check out, because it definitely wasn't super accurate. When I was looking at some famous landmarks in Palma, it messed up. It kind of thought I was in Mexico at times, and there was some quirkiness to it. But then there were some other times where it worked really flawlessly. So go check that out for a little bit more of an insight about the AI features. But let's move on to the final point, and then we'll get to the way that you can save a huge amount of money on these glasses. Okay, so finally moving on to point number 5. This is one of the most popular tech items of this year. You've probably seen a bunch of ads already. Meta is pushing really hard for these glasses, but also they are just very popular because I think a lot of people are finding use cases for them and finding them actually really helpful. For me, the biggest use case for these things is having them as a pair of headphones and a camera as well, all in one. Sometimes I don't want something in my ear, and these things, the audio is honestly so flipping good in them, and you can still have conversations with people around you. So that's why I decided to buy them. These things are such a really cool piece of tech that is not gonna go anywhere, I don't think. I think the future is smart glasses, and from the first generation until now, we're on the second generation, they've just constantly been pushing out updates. They do say you should never buy tech on the promise of what it can do in the future, but all I can tell you is the history of Meta, they've definitely kept adding features to these glasses, making them better and better and better. I just mentioned Strava and Garmin. That came out in the last release, which was like a couple of weeks ago. Since they've done version 20 of the firmware as well. So these things are getting better and better and better. They also added a 5-minute record time recently. So as far as the hardware is capable. The 3K is very good. There's stabilization in the glasses, so you don't get the kind of bouncy image. Image is great. Sound is great. The only thing that was lacking was the battery life on the previous version that they improved on this version as well, and I could definitely tell an improvement there. So those are the 5 reasons why you should get the tech person in your life the Ray-Ban Meta glasses this season. I'm pretty sure that if you buy these for somebody that's into tech, they're gonna be so stoked. For size, these are the medium Wayfarers 50-22s. So that's the medium size. I had the larger size. They fit me. They looked a little bit big on my face. They always come with I think like a pretty decent return policy. So you can always get them to return it, and if it's the wrong size and stuff like that. So the time that we've all been waiting for, how do you save $100 on the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses? Well, like I mentioned earlier, there are 2 versions, Ray-Ban Meta glasses Gen 1 and Ray-Ban Meta glasses Gen 2. And the only difference is that Gen 2 has a slightly upgraded camera to 3K and a little bit of a better battery life, as well as maybe a slightly faster connection to the phone. So honestly, I've tested these two back to back, and the only difference for me was a slight increase in image quality that was almost negligible, and then the fact that the battery lasts way longer. But that was also because I had owned those glasses for about 2 years, and unfortunately one of the major downsides of these glasses is that they don't have a replaceable battery, which means that it's just going to significantly get worse and worse over time. My previous version lasted me 2 years. These have a better battery, so they hopefully will last me a little bit longer. But regardless, if you gift these things, I think whoever you're gifting them is going to be really, really stoked. If you like this video, please subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Is this something that you're going to gift somebody? Are they too expensive? I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments. Links to all my gear that I film on and everything are down in the description, as well as the link to VR Wave, which is the sponsor for this video. Any support you can give me by buying through those links will be hugely appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy holidays.